Yo, we live, we're recording. I'm cancerous. So when I did, you wouldn't want to answer this. If you responded back with a battle rap you wrote for Canon. What's good with y'all, man? We live, we in the building. What's good with y'all? What's happening? About to get into some gaming talk. You know what I mean? Y'all let me know on some future streams if y'all want me to play games at the same time. I figure for entertainment purposes, it'd be better, you know what I mean? Look at some joints. So, on this one, the real reason the Xbox is failing. Now, I don't know if y'all been around for the last, couple weeks, been seeing what's happening. Oh, look, we gotta switch the camera up. I don't know if y'all been around the last couple weeks and seeing what's happening, but basically, Xbox been coming out with crazy games that they got a lot coming out this year. I don't know if y'all seen that, but according to this, they said the Xbox is failing. You know, Xbox is trying to go on all across where you can play it on the TV to your toaster. So let's go ahead and take a look at it, see what it's talking about.
Teenagers were begging their parents to get them the new Xbox 360. With games like Halo exploding in popularity, it looked like Xbox was unstoppable, poised to dominate PlayStation and Nintendo for years to come. But just 2 decades later, almost no one has an Xbox set up in their living room anymore. By 2024, Xbox recorded its lowest US console sales ever, moving just 2.7 million units. Hardware revenue plummeted 42% compared to the previous year. So what happened? How did one of the best consoles with one of the most popular gaming franchises in existence end up failing? We'll explore that in today's episode of The Infographic Show, the real reason Xbox is failing. It's September 2023 and you head home with your newest console purchase in over 5 years, the new Xbox Series S. You hadn't heard much about it, but you saw it in the store and, well, it's the latest Xbox. You have to try it out and see how it holds up to the PlayStation 5. As you plug it in, you pause for a moment, trying to remember why you left Xbox in the first place. Whatever, why live in the past? You go online to check out which games to buy, and then you see it. A new Halo. That's the game that made you fall in love with the system all those years ago in the first place. A wave of nostalgia washes over you as you eagerly buy the game, hoping to relive the magic. You boot up Halo Infinite and start playing, but something feels off. The gameplay is dull, the environments are uninspired, and the quality of the online service sucks. Disappointed, you decide to check out another tentpole Xbox series like, wait, where are all the big games for Xbox? What about that huge RPG that everyone's talking about? You could have sworn the developer announced it was coming to Xbox. You check and it's available on PlayStation. What? Why isn't it on Xbox? In fact, why isn't anything popular available on Xbox? And that's the first big reason why Xbox is...
I'm not sure if this creator's too versed on what's going on with the video gaming industry, but you can basically get any port that you want on the Xbox. I'm not sure what he talk about. I know at gaming, no games on the box, but whatever, man. Let's hear him out.
Technical problems getting their games to work on the system. Xbox released the Series S and the more powerful Series X together in November of 2020. An interesting decision, instead of just releasing one new console to center the hype around. The compatibility between the two systems has actually created a whole host of other problems for the company, and we'll get to that soon as well. But regarding the technicals of gameplay, the S seems to be the one causing the issues. As Larian Studios said when asked why Baldur's Gate 3 had been released for PlayStation but was not yet available on Xbox, we've been developing the Xbox version of Baldur's Gate 3 for some time now. We encountered a few technical issues in the development of the Xbox version that prevented us from feeling 100% confident in announcing it. We were unable to get split-screen co-op to the same standards on both Xbox Series X and S, which is a requirement for us to be able to release it. Baldur's Gate 3 eventually made its way to Xbox Series S and X in December 2023, but the damage had already been done. By that point, many gamers who were choosing between an Xbox Series S or X and a PlayStation 5.
Yo, that's what I've been telling y'all. Remember, go ahead, check my videos, bro. I got the track record now. Check them out, bro. I've been telling y'all that Xbox One S and the PlayStation 4 basically was holding the whole gaming industry back. Now you see these games coming out for these games that's coming out now, bruh. Them joints ain't even coming to PlayStation 4, and you see how crispy they are. You see the new games, bruh. None of them joints are coming to PS4. So like I said before, Gamesstradamus is once again confirmed. That's exactly what happened, bruh. The Xbox One S was holding everything back, but you see, they started just taking stuff out the game, like, you know what I mean? We just gonna take a little out of the game and at least get it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather them do that than not come out with the game at all for the box. You know what I'm saying? Damn. So the Xbox One S is kind of like messing up the Xbox One sales. That's crazy. You come out with a cheaper system, you think it would be more sales. You know what I'm saying? You think it would be more sales, but it ends up being holding the other Xbox back because the graphics and developers are having problems. Wow.
Simply went with the PlayStation 5 instead. And it's hardly the first time Xbox has been guilty of massively delayed releases in the past few years, disappointing and frustrating former fans. As one user said on a Reddit thread lamenting the future of the company, "Where's Fable? Where is State of Decay 3? Why was Halo Infinite such a disappointment again?" As a side note, Halo Infinite comes up a lot in Xbox discussion threads, in the least flattering way. The problem is, when the highly anticipated games get delayed on Xbox, but are released on time for other consoles, it pushes more gamers to choose a different platform. When a game like Baldur's Gate 3 eventually arrives on Xbox, more than 3 months after the PlayStation release, most of the initial hype has faded, and many players have already moved on.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. I've been saying this the whole time. I was telling my one homeboy when it first came out, like, yo, it's gonna bottleneck it. Oh, what you mean bottleneck it? It ain't gonna do that. Bro, I told you.
That means only existing Xbox owners.
And I said what I said.
Will buy the game, but no one will be motivated to buy an Xbox just to play it. When this pattern keeps repeating, gamers will naturally choose the console that gets major releases first, or even exclusively. In this case, that means more and more players are picking up the PlayStation 5 over Xbox. Which brings us to the other way in which Xbox is messing up. You're scrolling through the list of games, increasingly regretting the $300 you just spent on the Xbox Series S. Not only does the console not have a lot of games that you wanted, the games it does have all seem to be available on PlayStation as well. Xbox is talking about how it's going to release Indiana Jones and the Great Circle in December of 2024.
Yeah, so it's basically getting no exclusives, but all that's supposed to change this year. I get this video, but relax. Xbox is, I mean, I was feeling like that too, bro. Look at my earlier videos. I was like, what is X? Matter of fact, I got a video that said Xbox got to do something. Watch. Man, matter of fact, bro, I said that. Xbox got to do something, bro. And then they did something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't think nothing is coming out for Xbox just because what happened, you know what I mean, these past years, bro. But it's a lot of stuff coming out, bro. You just really can't tell. And it's a lot of exclusives coming out too. But you, like I said, bro, you really can't tell. Everybody mad at the damn Xbox.
But then you learn the game will also be released to PlayStation in spring of 2025. Doom: The Dark Ages is scheduled to be released on PlayStation and Xbox on the same day, May 15th, 2025. What is Xbox doing? Well, it seems even Xbox doesn't really know. The company has almost no exclusive titles anymore, further driving down their console sales. The Xbox 360, one of the company's most popular consoles by far, sold 14.9 million units worldwide in its best-selling year, way back in 2011. In comparison, the Xbox Series S and X have sold 8.65 million units in their best-selling year of 2022. That's 8.65 million units combined.
That's cut in half. But check this out, bro. My video from 3 months ago. I can't take it anymore. Xbox, you got to do something. See, Gamesstradamus is in the building, bro. Gamesstradamus is in the building. Hold up, we got to put Gamesstradamus in the building. Gamesstradamus is in the building. Let me see, man, because I'll be looking like off in this camera. I got to slide this way. All right, here we go. But what about the full cam? All right, yeah, we good right there. But yo, check this joint out, bro. 3 months ago.
Well, isn't this a coinky dink? You might remember a couple of days ago on the channel, I gave my gaming predictions for 2025 video. Now, those predictions weren't necessarily based on any.
Yo, what's good, y'all? This the Mad Gamer back with another one. Now, as you see, a new Xbox console leaks, but it's not what you think. This is a video from my boy RGT. You know, he
About, at least on the Call of Duty side of things. And if you know any,
get right to the point. This is a whole 11-minute video, and I haven't heard nothing about Xbox. You know, first party. Nintendo only had 2 to display, and maybe 1 or 2, really, for the whole year. So commend Xbox on that, but we need Xbox to do something on the hardware side. What? I mean, this look clean. Are they showing this on new hardware? Is this, you know what I mean? So the 5090 came out. Xbox, you gotta do something. You got all these fire games coming out, bro. And now you got the firest games coming out for the whole year, bro. You got it in your hands. And y'all not gonna try to compete with all these new systems? Now we know the truth, they are. So I kind of get this video, you know what I'm saying? I get it, you know what I mean? But Xbox trying to make a major comeback, bro. They got some joints coming, bro. And the fact that you can get them free, just give it, I would say, give it another 5 years just, and then we can really tell, because it's like it went up, then it went down, and this right here is gonna be the tiebreaker. What it said? Xbox games. What is it? Xbox games will outsell all first-party players eventually. Yeah. Logic says Taylor Swift is a good singer, but even yeah. So eventually, you know what I mean, I'll look for the Xbox to come back up, bro. It ain't gonna stay back down forever. And I'm telling you, they got a whole list of games coming out, bro, and they don't look garbage. So let's go ahead and get into the next joint, bro. I mean, does Oblivion Remastered deliver? I keep hearing about this game. They keep saying it's crazy. They keep saying everybody buy it. I wasn't buying the Oblivion Remasters. First off, I'm tired of remasters. But whatever. Let's just see what they talking about.
Remaster just getting announced. I'm Jeff Grubb. I'm joined by Timur Hussein. I'm joined by Mike Minotti and Nikki Grayson. The game is out now. It's $50 for the standard version, $60 for the deluxe edition. It's Game Pass as well. It's available on Steam, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. The details from the Steam page: The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered modernizes the 2006 Game of the Year with all new stunning visuals and refined gameplay. Explore the vast landscape of Cyrodiil like never before and stop the forces of Oblivion from overtaking the land in one of the greatest RPGs ever from the award-winning Bethesda Game Studios. They're making it with Virtuos, who's the support studio that seems to have done the bulk of the work here. And
Lord.
Yeah, out now. Was a shadow drop. And now the characters aren't ugly anymore, so they did get rid of that key aspect of Oblivion. I guess just overall, what do you all think of the visuals? I think it looks like okay, is the underlying foundation still all there, so all of the work that's been done can just hook into that with like a little bit of modification, sort of like what happened with Skyrim.
That Oblivion, bro. And now they amping the whole industry up now. Well, all the Bethesda games to come back. They got Fallout 3 coming back, bro. I mean, that's what people want, I guess. Remasters, bro. Everybody want recycled stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I am not feeling this freaking Oblivion, bro. I could see if it was a remake. Remake is good. Remaster, bad. So, I mean, I just keep seeing this every day. Game of the year. But it's another game of the year we're going to look at a little later. What's it called? Claire Obscure? But it's turn-based, so I don't know. That video was just crazy. All right. So now I played every Rockstar game ever. Now, this video, I had to check out this video, right? Because if you know the history behind Grand Theft Auto allegedly has like this one, Grand Theft Auto for DS. They got like a couple impossible titles that had came out for Grand Theft Auto that they weren't even supposed to be able to fit onto these DSs and certain games and stuff like that. So let's take a look at it, see what these Grand Thefts is looking like, bro. This joint's gonna be interesting.
Every single Rockstar game ever, which includes some of history's most important video games across 30 years. So let's find out just how much Rockstar's games have changed, starting with the original Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 1 releases in November of 1997. It's an open-world crime game where you unsurprisingly steal cars to complete suspect missions. Everything that you know about Grand Theft Auto, it started here. Famous locations like Liberty City, Vice City, San Andreas, carjacking, and of course the now iconic wasted screen. I won't lie though, the original Grand Theft Auto is rough to control. Like, I could barely go 2 seconds without crashing the car into something. But what's interesting is that GTA was built before
Now this joint is like a little before my time. GTA, I came around right at GTA number 2 before it went 3D.
Products and hopefully games that people find interesting and enjoyable, innovative products that nobody's ever seen before.
DMA Design was in the business of making hit video games, and before Grand Theft Auto, they had hits like Lemmings, Uniracer, and Space Station Silicon Valley for the N64.
That was the first Lemmings? I gotta see this.
Station.
That's how the first Lemmings look? You seen that?
Video games, and before Grand Theft Auto, they had hits like
Look at, oh no, that's the first Lemming. Oh, they got, come on, man. Oh shit, this dude. Oh, he played every video game ever.
I just played
come on, man, we had the spot, Joe.
Ever, which includes some of history's.
Come on, don't do me like this.
But what's most important is how.
Bro, was that the first Lemmings?
But what's Lemmings,
Oh my god. Trying to see this Lemmings, Joe.
Grand Theft Auto, they had hits like.
Wow, bro, that's how the first Lemmings looked. That's wild, bro. I never knew that. That's crazy.
Lemmings, Uniracer, and Space Station Silicon Valley for the N64. But what's most important is how DMA Design's GTA would grow into one of the most popular video games in the world. But more on that later. In just 2 years, DMA Design comes out swinging with a sequel to Grand Theft Auto on October 22nd, 1999. Now,
1999, wow, that's the first Grand Theft Auto I played right there. This joint right here. And if you think about it, it got all the same elements. It was just from a different point of view, from over the top. And it was for PlayStation 1. Wow.
Now, besides the new setting being what they refer to as retro-futuristic America, you might think not much has changed. And to be honest, you'd be right. The gameplay is pretty much the same, the navigation's still impossible, and respect is still everything.
Respect is everything.
But GTA 2 was actually the first in the series to add a jump button. I actually couldn't stop laughing when I first saw how ridiculous this was. I mean, just look at this. Now, personally, I like Grand Theft Auto 2 more than the first one because as soon as you start, you're thrown directly into the action. It's like, here's 3 arrows, go pick the one that you want. Or jump around for a few hours.
That was self-explanatory, bro. Self-explanatory, that game, bro. That Grand Theft Auto.
It's freaking awesome. And what's crazier is that this game was a launch title for the PlayStation 2 on October 26, 2000. Like immediately after starting the game, you're driving your dune buggy, you're taking thick jumps, and you're outrunning cops. What's not to like? There were no microtransactions, there was no DLC or any of that weird monetization stuff. The entire game was just, get this, on the disc.
Wow. I told you, bro. This new generation of games is so foreign to me, bro. It's so foreign. Bro, I remember back in the day, bro, you used to be able to get once you bought an NBA 2K or something, bro, it came with dunk contests, 3-point contests, all-star game. It came with everything. The whole Sprite competition it used to come with, you know what I'm saying? Then it had whole sidebars of the game, one-on-ones and all type. They took so much out the game. Even like a game like The Sims. Back in the day, Sims used to have hella stuff you can do. And now they just find a way for you to pay for it and they increment it in the game little by little.
And it was immediately fun. But there's actually something more interesting about Smuggler's Run you might not know, because just like the original Grand Theft Autos, this game was developed by a non-Rockstar studio by the name of Angel Studios. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the most R-rated splash screen in all of gaming. But you're going to want to remember Angel Studios because they become increasingly important to the history of Rockstar's games. And to show
That's definitely Red Dead Redemption.
I'm scared. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for
show you just how insane Angel Studios truly is, like, this company didn't just make one launch title for the PS2. No. For Capcom, makers of hit games like Resident Evil, Street Fighter, and Mega Man. But Capcom runs into a bit of trouble internally and decides to cancel the game entirely. So Rockstar says,
hey, why don't we just let the San Diegans cook?
Well, cook they did, ladies and gentle geese. Cook they did. Rockstar San Diego changes the game to a spaghetti western instead, with a heavy influence from the Clint Eastwood movies such as The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which...
Did I just hear that right? That was a Capcom collaboration with Rockstar? What? Did I just hear that right, bro? Hold on, we gotta go back, son.
This is what they are.
So it is hilarious that Rockstar's answer to this movement is to create a snuff film game about killers killing killers.
This is what I like to call a setup.
I think Rockstar might be the ultimate Chad.
I mean, Manhunt was, you know, it was like, okay, is this a bit much?
But next up is Rockstar San Diego.
Yo, bro, I heard you can't even play the original Manhunt no more. I hear you can't even play the original Manhunt. It's so crazy.
Which can only mean one thing. It's car game time, baby. Dude!
This is awesome.
Okay, let me control my emotions and back up, because on May the 4th be with you of 2004, Rockstar San Diego drops Red Dead Revolver.
I'm over here.
That has unsurprisingly nothing to do with car games. So, yeah, I had to do some digging. You see, before Rockstar acquires Angel Studios, yeah, those guys, they had a contract to build a new American-themed Western game for Capcom, makers of hit games like Resident Evil,
Bro, listen, man. Y'all need to go ahead and subscribe up. You see, bro, we uncovering unknown history here, bro. You seen that? So Rockstar had a game with Capcom, and that game was Red Dead Revolver. Wow, I'm definitely buying Red Dead Revolver now. Hell yeah.
Street Fighter.
I'm thinking about getting a regular Xbox again. Just a regular Xbox. They got them around my way for like 70. I don't know. Y'all let me know if I should cop that.
But Capcom runs into a bit of trouble internally and decides to cancel the game entirely. So Rockstar says,
hey, why don't we just let the San Diegans cook?
Well, cook they did, ladies and gentle geese. Cook they did. Rockstar San Diego changes the game to a spaghetti western instead, with a heavy influence from the Clint Eastwood movies such as The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which I highly recommend that you watch.
Go ahead, make my day.
And clearly Rockstar did, because the main character Red looks exactly like Clint Eastwood. But what really shocked me was the cover mechanics it had, given the feature wasn't even made popular until Gears of War releases 2 years later. Like, I was popping in and out of cover thinking, how does no one talk about this game?
Dude, this is insane.
I mean, look at the attention to detail. They have actual reflections in the pond on the first level. Sorry, I can't help it. I freaking love video games. I love the history. I love the art form. I love the industry, and Westerns are awesome. But what's more interesting is how important this series becomes to Rockstar.
Oh, that boy lit him up.
And the world.
Uh-oh. We about to see the graphics on Grand Theft Auto 1 on the Game Boy. Are y'all ready? W's in the chat, man.
Yeah. They made a GTA game for the Game Boy Advance, and it's lame.
Damn.
Rockstar, you released 2 GTA games. on the same day? 2?
Oh, shoot.
Now look, it's hard to put into words how big of a phenomenon GTA San Andreas was, because San Andreas is literally and figuratively the biggest game they've ever made.
Like it says in the book, we are blessed and cursed.
Like, look at the size of this thing. They cast none other than Samuel L. frickin' Jackson into their 90s hip-hop inspired setting.
Welcome home, Carl. Glad to be back.
And they add RPG mechanics so we can all simulate what it'd be like to eat 10 Wendy's Baconators every single second.
Have a nice, cheesy day.
But the most important thing about Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is what it did to the world. You see, back then, games were shared, they were rented, or you had to go to your friend's house to see what was out there. But every once in a while, there was one game that took over the world. Everyone would play it, talk about it, and best of all, at least back then, we'd all play it together.
One of those things you've been waiting for forever. And it comes. A lot of things.
You see, Rockstar would break the record for best-selling game once again with 27 million copies. But more importantly for me, Rockstar gave us moments with our friends that you really don't realize is special until it's gone.
Yo, that Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna do crazy numbers, bruh. They lucky they coming out with that game digitally, because I don't know if they can possibly create enough copies that game is gonna sell. That game is gonna be a talked about game, and it's gonna be selling like hotcakes. You think Nintendo Switch was bad?
Same things make us laugh, make us cry.
Ah, shit.
San Diego's back
Hell
on April
no.
12th. And on October 25th, 2005, a mere week after Rockstar Canada's The Warriors games, I don't know why they keep doing this to themselves, but they do.
Can you dig it?
They release an entirely new Grand Theft Auto game set in Grand Theft Auto 3's Liberty City for the PlayStation Portable. And I do mean entirely new. Because Rockstar Leeds could have just ported GTA 3 for an easy cash grab, and honestly, we probably would have been okay with it. But instead, they built a completely new and good prequel campaign to Grand Theft Auto 3.
Bro, that's not amazing to y'all that the PSP can do that, bro? The PSP, a PlayStation Portable, that is wild, bro.
They release an entirely new Grand Theft Auto game set in Grand Theft Auto 3's Liberty City for the PlayStation Portable. And I do mean entirely new.
I mean, look at these graphics, bro. This is a PlayStation Portable. That's clean. I don't really see no activity in the city, but that should look clean.
We probably would have been okay with it. But instead, they built a completely new and good prequel campaign to Grand Theft Auto 3. I mean, look at this. I literally have the power of Grand Theft Auto 3 in the palm of my hand.
I told you.
Rosie, I love this boy.
That's right.
I told you. Some of these ports were supposed to be impossible for this Grand Theft Autos.
8 million copies of Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories on a brand new system, mind you. That's more than Red Dead Revolver, both Max Payne's, and The Warriors.
I gotta cop that Red Dead Revolver now. I did not know that was a Capcom game with Rockstar. Wow.
Combined.
Hello, I like money.
At this point, Rockstar was basically an unstoppable machine of great video games. Even if they didn't sell, you could always count on the quality. But now Rockstar had the power of the next generation consoles at their fingertips.
And it's on.
So we were all like losing our minds trying to figure out what their first next generation game was going to be.
Ah, shit.
Table tennis. It releases as a PS2 exclusive on October 17th, 2006. And now you might be wondering, why? Why the PS2? Well, it's because the PlayStation 2 was, and literally still is, the best-selling console of all time, so that's a fun fact. But the PS2 didn't stop Bully from impressing. You can see everything that's made Rockstar's games great are being reused in a new way for Bully. You have the Warriors brawling mechanic, GTA-style missions, and there's even a little bit of Manhunt in there.
Bro, do I need to play Bully? I always thought, I didn't know what to think of that Bully game. This joint's looking nice. Do I need to play Bully?
But I gotta say, Bully is just like so refreshing to play from a company like Rockstar.
I know you hate me, Jimmy boy. I don't. I know you said all that stuff about me behind my back.
It's just about a kid who gets dropped off at private school who gets into hijinks.
Now go see the cook down in the kitchen. Helping her might teach you some humility.
Okay, sir.
It's a great game that I really enjoyed playing, and I really hope they make a sequel someday.
I might have to try that Bully.
October 31st, 2006. We're not even trying to hide it.
Rockstar, why?
Within 30 seconds of the game, you're peed on, there's poop thrown at you, and every time you
Manhunt,
the game gives you a full-on seizure.
You help me. Who greenlit this?
Now, I didn't beat the game, but the guy giving me orders was A, not Logan
Hold on,
Roy,
is that Manhunt for the Wii?
and B, gives me serious Tyler Durden vibes from Fight Club, so I just imagine that's how that shakes out. But unsurprisingly, Manhunt 2 only sells about 1 million copies and quickly becomes a case study for what happens when you completely miss your target audience.
Oh my god, why?
But yeah, this next game, yeah, this one hits.
Of course.
On April 29th, 2008.
Bruh, I didn't see where the jump from 2D to 3D happened, which was on Grand Theft Auto 3. Bro, Grand Theft Auto 3, it was so much hype around that game, bro. Super hype around Grand Theft Auto 3. Like, everybody wanted that damn game, bro. And the fact that it was going to 3D, I mean, it was a big deal to just get past, but this was a big deal too. I remember Grand Theft Auto 4, bro. You had people lined up all the way around the corner, bro. All the way around the corner, bro.
In a whopping 5 years since Grand Theft Auto San Andreas releases, Rockstar North drops Grand Theft.
Okay, so let's do the math. We gotta go to math class here. It was only 5 years in between Grand Theft Autos for that Grand Theft Auto 4 from 3 to 4. Bro, we've been waiting for damn near 15 years for the last Grand Theft Auto. Jesus.
Auto 4.
Jesus, and I'm not exaggerating that. Almost 15 years.
Back
I'm
then,
not
there
even
were
playing.
midnight launches everywhere, and people were losing their freaking minds.
What did I just say?
Grand Theft Auto 4 goes on sale at midnight and fans
Man,
are revved up.
I said what I said. I remember, man. Listen, man. It's a live stream, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give you, yeah, I mean, yo, listen, man. I remember, man, slid up to the store, man. I'm thinking it's only gonna be me out there. Whole line around the corner. And that was one of my first apartments, you know what I'm saying? So I got the joint, went back home for the PlayStation 3, bro. That joint was that fire. That and that Metal Gear Solid, whatever that Metal Gear Solid, I think it was Metal Gear Solid 4 that came out for PlayStation 3. But yo, it was a time, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was like it was a feeling back then, bro.
Yeah, some more than others. But you know who else was there at those midnight launch parties? This guy too. Yep, this guy too. And even though I had work the next day, I waited in line with a good buddy of mine just to get our special edition copies of the game. And look, I still have my lockbox that came with the game all those years ago. I mean, this was Grand Theft Auto 4.
That shit was in mint condition too.
Video game history.
And it's expected to be one of the top-selling titles of all time.
Somehow Rockstar did it again. The atmosphere, the physics, the classic Rockstar dialogue.
Nico, my cousin! I can't believe it, you're here! Welcome to America! Bravo,
Grand Theft Auto 4, they missed that one entirely, and it upsets me. Okay, so on March 17th, 2009, Rockstar Leeds does the unthinkable. They release a new Grand Theft Auto on the Nintendo DS, and somehow, they make it the highest rated game on the platform despite it being their one and only attempt. It's literally an homage to the original GTA with an interesting new Asian protagonist where you can use a stylus to do what I'm not at liberty to describe on YouTube. And again, it's on a Nintendo system. The one made for children.
What's wrong with you?
Now, personally, I'm not that big.
Now that's part of the problem right now, bro. That's part of the stigma right here. That Nintendo got to get the kid off it. A lot of people, a lot of just regular adults, especially if you want to go into, you know what I mean, people around me and like around my community and stuff, yo, they is not checking on that Nintendo nothing. They just automatically, like he said, a kid system. But I'm here to tell you, bro, it was not always like that. Nintendo was not always a kiddie system. Nintendo knew how to make games, and they just had like different games, bro. I'm telling you, Nintendo, bro, if they can just get back into bringing out these ports and stuff, I promise you, bro. I promise you, bro.
Big of a fan of the top
It ain't gonna be known as no. It's not gonna be known as no kid system no more.
The DS controls, so I wasn't really that into it. But I gotta give huge credit to Rockstar for creating such a weird game. I mean, well, Rockstar did, and plot twist, they absolutely loved it.
Yeah, man, but yeah, you get it, man. But yeah, that Max Payne 3 was fire too. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and take a look at Hitman for the Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure what they can do with this. I never really been a big fan of Hitman, but let's go ahead and check it out, see what it's looking like. Yo, do you see them graphics, bro? Bro, do you see? Bro, you can see the fabric in the suit. Let me make sure. Make sure my joint is all the way turned up, bro. You can see the fabric in the suit, bro. Like the Yo, them graphics look amazing, bro. This Nintendo Switch, just that color of red look crazy. Yeah, that Nintendo, you know, I don't know if y'all noticed, Nintendo got them reds all the way down packed, bro. All the way down packed. All right, let's take a look at the Game of the Year contender, one of them, Claire Obscure. Now, this joint is a turn-based, so, you know, turn-based. I got a love-hate relationship with turn-based, but go ahead and take a look at it and see what it's looking like. We looked at it last night on stream. It looked pretty nice, bro.
17 hours of Expedition 33 in 2 days. Do I regret it? No. Am I a little bit resentful to be here instead of playing it right now? Just a scooch.
A scooch? Huh.
Yeah, I love Expedition 33. Haven't finished it yet. But if it keeps up the momentum, I think it might be an all-time favorite of mine, which I know is huge. I know potential recency bias, whatever. There has to be something, right? There has to be something coming up that I don't love. No, it is just excellent. And so I guess to start with, it is a game where every year this mysterious person called the Paintress paints a number every year, and it is basically descending in years, and everyone that age will die. So there is a thing called the Expedition. The last year of these people's lives, they will go to the continent where the Paintress is to try and stop her, to stop this
That's what I was saying, bro. This game got like a hella interesting premise on it. It got a crazy interesting premise on this game.
Giving their lives, their last year of life, in this very courageous and very noble cause to try and prevent the death for other people. So there are some great characters in there, and the thing is I don't want to spoil. There are some incredible twists and turns in the story. I don't want to spoil anything, but basically everyone there is the same.
Bro, that game looked clean, bro. That game definitely looked clean, bro. Let's see about the combat.
Talk about the combat.
Okay. Uh-oh.
When I was talking about it,
hold on. Why she do that face? Look.
That's the story part of it. And again,
watch.
I don't want to spoil too much, but I do want to talk about the combat.
Look at. Oh, why she do that face? Why she did that face? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see what she say about the combat.
When I was talking about it with other members of the GameSpot team, I said some big words. I said I think it might be my favorite turn-based combat system of all time. And you know what? I'm gonna stand by that. I'm gonna
that game looked crazy. Even the turn-based look nice on it. It's just the graphics on that game. Like it looked like a cleaner, much clearer Harry Potter. That what? Maybe they got an option to switch on and off from this turn-based shit?
And you know what? I'm gonna stand by that. I'm gonna stick to my guns and say that it is, because first of all, it's inspired by Sekiro. A lot of it is inspired by Sekiro in terms of the fact that it
How is this inspired by
Sekiro?
Sekiro?
Just kind of sat there with your controller, like hitting a button and then just waiting for your party member to do the move, and then you go on to the next one, right? This is such an engaging way of approaching turn-based combat because there are quick time events in there, but also parries and counterattacks, and that is where stuff gets really, really fun, and you have the most potential to do the most damage. So you have a party, each of them plays so differently. There are so many different abilities, even different ways of obtaining abilities. There's one character who only obtains new abilities after they have defeated a certain enemy types, and they let's just say take a trophy, and that is what helps.
Damn, she's still going in on the combat.
However, you can do a perfect dodge, which can sometimes give you AP back, which are your ability points. But what you really want to be doing is parrying. And that is where stuff
you parrying every hit of an enemy attack triggers a powerful. Oh, so when they go to hit you, you can parry. You're not just standing there. You can, bruh. I don't know, this game might be crazy. I don't know, bro. Am I missing one? Am I missing one right now? I don't know.
So good, because you can be, and I have been, really struggling on the back foot of the boss fight, and then I parry, I land a counterattack, and one of my characters had buffed counterattack, so he got a bunch of AP back. He did a hell of a lot of damage, and I won the fight, and it was the most triumphant feeling. I said it at the preview, and I will say it again here. Landing a counterattack in this is so much better than landing a parry.
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie. This game look alright. Damn, should I be on this game? Wow.
Also, within that combat system, there are these passives that you get. You can you find these pictos. And so by
I'm sure the music is good, but yeah, bro, it's looking like I might be missing one, bro. Y'all let me know if y'all played that Claire Obscure. But I did want to see this, because I was thinking about getting this, and I was thinking about getting the GameCube one. But the GameCube one has the C right here, the C button, and I don't understand that. Whatever, maybe they're gonna make it a regular joystick or whatever. But why is the controller all beat up? What's going on here? Okay, because it's just the display, but I'm gonna need that because I remember on the last Switch controller, the controller was like this big. It was like super small. So let's go ahead and take a look at this joint, man.
The Switch 2, but after using it, I've already bought one.
Oh, you've already bought it?
I did it this morning whilst you were asleep.
Amazing. It's a day one I would say day one purchase, but obviously I slept on it.
Yeah, well I did too.
Yeah, I wasn't that fussed about it.
Me either.
Because we get so many Pro controllers sent to us from third parties. I was like, I'm just going to use one of those, a pad or I don't know, Nick, whatever.
I was actually just going to use my...
Bro, that controller looked nice. It's like an old Xbox controller this is reminding me of. And I don't know if the Nintendo Switch has the joystick up top still, but I remember the joysticks were both two up top on a Nintendo Switch before, and that was horrible on a controller, bro.
Switch Pro Controller.
Yeah, well, why bother upgrading? It's just a Pro Controller, it's all right. But after using it, after being hands-on...
Yep. Look, right here, you can see, I can't click on it because it'll move, but right here on this video, right, look. You see how the one Joy-Con is up on the top on the left, and then the other Joy-Con is down toward the right. That makes it so hard to play games for me, bro. I don't know why, but it's like the buttons being right on top of it. It's just like, it's hard for you. You know what I mean? It's hard for my thumbs to mess with that. So I'm definitely getting the Pro Controller, no question about it. I seen they still got it in there, but damn, I just spent freaking half a band on that. Come on, man. Y'all killing me, man.
I fully believe Nintendo have made the best feeling controller of all time.
Oh my days. What they've done to the sticks is like magic.
Mind-blowing.
It's like they're suspended.
And again, I'm going to criticize Nintendo every step of the way in this. They have done a really bad job at communicating all of these things properly.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen in a written article them saying like
soft or quiet,
and
the
smooth,
quietest joysticks, isn't it?
The quietest, and they're very smooth. And then that was kind of it. They glazed over it and left it at that.
This, I mean, it is like I said about something else as well.
One thing I need to say. I know and hope that it's gonna have a rumble feature, but that haptic feedback is crazy. Haptic feedback in that PlayStation is crazy. If you never played it in the PlayStation 5, trust me, it's not a regular rumble controller. Like for instance, when you playing Call of Duty, you squeezing the guns and you can feel the different guns, the different trigger and the different, pull that it has on the gun. I'm telling you, bro. They got a 10-minute video on the controller.
One of the things we talked about. It deserved a whole direct on its own, or kind of it's what we're doing here. But I implore you to get hands-on with the Pro Controller 2 if you get a chance. And if you're just curious and you wanted to buy, you're considering buying one, just do it. They have unequivocally made the best feeling controller.
Yo, you hear them? They said it's the best feeling controller ever. I mean, they do. I told you that joint look nice. In my opinion, one of the best controllers ever was the Xbox 360 controller, just for comfort. Xbox 360. You know what I'm saying?
Of all time.
It's so good. Like, I remember reading an article about like the construction of it, and they were saying they were trying to take inspiration from the GameCube controller.
Yeah.
Because the GameCube's got very like thin, slender horns.
Yeah.
And they wanted that kind of feel because they've now added the back paddles on the controller. And I was like, I wonder if they've actually got that to translate well. I wasn't overly fussed about.
That's another thing, them back panels. Those back panels on those controllers only usually come on what do they call it, those deluxe controllers, pro controllers, but it's usually like 2 on them or whatever. Those come with it out the box. They come with 2 extra buttons on the controller. That's gonna be interesting.
About the sticks, because obviously we keep saying, oh, they're not Hall effect, blah blah blah.
It's gonna be
so I
rubbish,
just kind of thought, oh, the sticks are whatever, but let's just see what the rest of the controls are like. The first thing you notice are those sticks, but we'll come back to those.
Yeah.
Like the horns are great. They're really slender. They're not like an Xbox controller where they're very fat and you feel like you're holding something hefty.
No.
This fits in your hand really nicely, and those back paddles sit underneath your fingers perfectly.
I think they're perfectly, and I hate back paddles.
Just about to say, how do you feel? Because you don't like them.
Well, I don't like them because typically I don't like them on things like the Steam Deck, for example, where you've got the weight of a whole device.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of unsure of my hand positioning
and
without
whether
accidentally.
you're just going to press them. Yeah.
The positioning on the Pro Controller is perfect. It
still look kind of small though. Still look kind of small. The controller looks small.
It's really easily accessible, but it's not where the weight's sitting.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can hold it comfortably and firmly without accidentally actuating those buttons.
Yeah, and I think that lends into that redesigned like GameCube horn style.
Because longer, slightly.
Yeah, that controller right there is getting copped. They said it's nice.
And you were like, oh my god! Like, and I was thinking, hang on a second, because you were mind blown.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, it can't be.
That is that is a nice controller. I'm a controller connoisseur. And that joint is looking like a scuff controller or something. That is a nice controller right there. That's a nice controller. All right, man. So allegedly, there's a little stuff in the air here, there, everywhere about a new Mario game. Let's check it out.
Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser has reassured players looking for a new Mario game on Switch 2 that it'll be coming. Many players were expecting to see a new 3D Mario game during the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct earlier this month, given that the last entry, Super Mario Odyssey, was released 8 years ago. Instead, Nintendo revealed Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yo, when that new Mario come out, yo, people gonna be sick. People gonna be sick when that new Mario come out, bro. They're gonna be like, damn, I should have got a Switch. They're gonna be like, damn, I should have got a Switch. When they start seeing Call of Duty, Mortal Kombat, when they see Grand Theft Auto 6 come out onto this Nintendo, bro, they gonna be like, yo. And the fact that there is a new Donkey Kong, that's like a thing in itself, bro, because the last one didn't come out since Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Jr. and all that. But bro, this is a brand new Donkey Kong, and can we just give kudos to Donkey Kong Country? Donkey Kong Country had some graphics back then, bro. Those graphics was out of this world. I think it was Rare who did it, the same people who did Killer Instinct.
Super Mario Odyssey, even if its development team remains a mystery. It's the Mario team that's working on that. In an interview with CNN, Bowser was asked about the lack of a main 3D or 2D Mario game.
Did you hear that? They said the Mario team is working on the Donkey Kong. So the Donkey Kong might just be a prequel to the Mario that's coming out. But you know the crazy thing is I didn't even reserve the Donkey Kong, bro. I didn't even reserve the Donkey Kong because I'm like, no, but I don't know, bro.
Confirmed for the Switch 2, but Bowser suggested, again, that's Doug Bowser, not Bowser the villain, suggested that fans simply need to hold fire because one will eventually be on the way. Stay tuned, he replied. You know, we have a long catalog and a long list of properties that I'm sure will make its way to the platform. So not really him saying anything.
Yo, when that Mario come, that shit's gonna be sick. A Mario with crazy updated graphics, crazy updated space. It's gonna be crazy. All right, so on this one, I just wanted to look at Angry Joe. He said that the Switch order was a disaster. I just want to see his reaction to it because Angry Joe funny as hell. Angry Joe, one of the best YouTubers ever to do it. Angry Joe, Rich Review from USA, whole bunch of dudes. But you know who number one? We all know who number one. It's the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Hey everyone, welcome to AJS News. This is the first of two videos we got for you today.
First, a word from our sponsors.
Guys, you know how important
shoot, man.
And then Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is popping off. We got to play it a little bit. I would like to jump back in and potentially go with that one next. But we got some big ones coming around the corner here in May. So we need to hurry up and get going. But we'll get back on track. And just because I already have stuff filmed for Atomfall, I think that'll be the next one, and then we'll move on to what we got coming up. So that is AJS News. Go. I know the accountant video.
Where's the Switch, man?
So, but I'm thinking getting this kind of person behind it. It's unfortunate that it's looking
more.
Yeah, more games are not actually on the little cartridge.
Yeah, I just dropped a video about that.
But Walmart, Target, Best Buy, they don't necessarily care because they're going to sell out anyway. And even when you did pay, it would cancel Best Buy and nothing was working, constantly put in queues where you'd be removed.
I told y'all. I don't know where y'all was on the Switch stream for the cop, but y'all should have been here. I told y'all, don't even mess with Walmart. Target and Best Buy. Target, Best Buy. Target, Best Buy. I told y'all. And then I heard that Amazon don't even have a date. Amazon is silent, pitch quiet on the Switch, too.
And then you'd be put back in, you add it to your cart, and then you click pay, and sometimes it would let you pay, and sometimes it wouldn't let you pay, and then even when you did pay, it would cancel your order, and you have to go back. It was awful, and I feel really bad for all the people that did it. But Walmart, Target, Best Buy, they don't necessarily care because they're going to sell out anyway. So this is just.
But my question is, look at them. All of them just, well, sad for these guys, sad for them, sad for them. Same with RGT when I was watching RGT's video earlier. I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't see the whole video for RGT, but I don't see any of these YouTubers mentioning that they got it. Do they automatically get it free? Is that what? Do they get it free or something like that? Like, do they? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody, like no YouTuber coming out. I'm like, yo, I got the Switch, or we doing a live cop, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that, bro.
It's kind of unfortunate, but there was a lot of people on Twitter complaining, that they had to get one of these things. And for some people, I mean, like Jeff Keighley, who was tweeting about how bad Target system was. It's like,
look at Joe's face.
Like, it's important that some of these people get some of these things. It's not just to make the kids happy.
What? I don't.
But like, these people aren't going to be able to get it, and so.
What's funny about it?
Damn.
Not great.
Yeah.
Staying away from that for a while.
Yeah, I'll get it when there's a launch game that I want to play, but I don't think the Elden Ring Weird Dustborn.
I'm not paying for, I don't know, $80 games. We've already decided.
Bro, are y'all kidding, bro? Bro, you gotta be kidding me, bro. You gotta be kidding me. I was hoping that camera was on too. You gotta be kidding me, bro. You gotta be kidding me. You guys are millions of subscribers in YouTube, and you guys can't spend $80 on a game, $450, bro. I have 200 subscribers, and I can do this for my subscribers. But when it comes to no, we're not doing that. Even the other guy was like, man, even this dude was like, yo, when it comes out, you know what I mean? When it comes out with a game, I'll get it. Angry, oh no, I'm not getting that. Yo, what? Yeah, man, this is. Listen, man, y'all let these dudes get to 1 million subscribers, which is cool. I mess with Angry Joe, but a dude like me who's going to cop it and bringing all this, spending his last to get it for y'all, man, y'all don't even care about that. Y'all rather go to the people who like, nah, I'm not getting that shit. No, y'all, man.
This is too much for Mario Kart, and the system itself is more expensive.
And you know what the whole cap is, bro? You know what the whole cap is? What are y'all gonna do? Just not review Mario Kart? It's cap.
Expensive than people anticipated. Now it's just gonna have pre-orders. It's gonna have tons of sales. I am curious in the data. Is this affecting it at all? Any of the negative press, any of the negative things that Nintendo
Hell no, it's not affecting it.
It's causing this kind of mayhem right now
with
pre-orders.
Yeah, it's not messing it at all.
Well, that always happens. Nintendo's the master of artificial scarcity, so I wouldn't put
artificial scarcity. What?
We're sold out. Well, you made 15 of them. So it's like, yeah, you sold out, and you're creating scarcity so that people.
Bro, listen. He might have a point, because I'm sure that Joe is way deeper in the video game business and deeper in the know-how than me. But I saw a video from Nintendo, and it was early before it was come out. It said that they were so on top of the sales that they thought that they can handle all the sales. They actually thought they can handle the sales of the Switch. I've been out here preaching to y'all for months that it's going to be hotcakes. Bruh, if you ain't get a Switch from that pre-order, and if you ain't standing out there camping out when they come out, nobody getting their hands on the Switch for a while. And mark my words, bro. Gamestrodamus done said it first. Let's see what the rest they got to say.
People are like, whoa, shit, they sold out. Man, this is really popular. Let me go get some. Of course, they didn't make 15, but you just put that at scale, and you've created positive PR.
And a scalper problem is the other thing that you created, because all over eBay and all of these other digital platforms, you're seeing people that are
thousands.
Yeah, I mean, and then it's because we're early on in the year, but as we get closer to the end of the year, and some of the
Christmas
next round of shipments sell out, and the next round of shipments sell out, people are going to start
Christmas
getting
time
more and more desperate towards the end of
Listen, man. $1,500 Switch, $2,000 Switch too, bro. I'm telling you, bro. So I mean, that's gonna be it for this episode. I was gonna do worst video game movies, but we gonna stick to it. Keep it video games. You know what I mean? So what we got going on the channel, bro? Right now we got that Kazan the Berserker. We about to finish that Kazan. That Kazan about to be done. After that, I'm thinking I might get on that Obscure maybe. Or I'm gonna mess with that Rise of Rebellion. I'm thinking about Rise of Rebellion because it's a difficult game, and I don't see too many people getting through that game. And I played it, and it's like genuinely fun. That game might not look the best, but that game is genuinely fun. Rise of Rebellion. It's only out for the PC right now, but I think they should have brought that out for PlayStation, bruh. If that Rise of Rebellion was on the PlayStation, bruh, it would be. I'm telling you, bro, that joint would be so popular, bro, if it was on the PlayStation. I promise you. PlayStation, Xbox, what? Nintendo Switch, what? That game would be going stupid, bro. They got to get it over there, bro. But like I said before about that game, you know, it's the first Dark Soul. It's a guy who left Dark Souls, and he worked on the Dark Souls 3 download content, and you know, he's getting his own company started up. But I was saying, hold on. What's that on my computer? Hold on. Damn, Joe. My computer got like vents all over it. So, you know, therefore, I need an air blow or whatever. But yeah, so he left Dark Souls. So, you know what I mean? He's working on his own joint, and it's not the biggest yet. And people are like, everybody, it's not this and it's not that. And I'm like, bro, if I'm an electrician, and I'm working there, and then I leave and start my own company, would you expect me to have the biggest company? Wouldn't you expect me to have a little shop first and then build up? That's the same thing. Same thing with Undisputed Boxing. Undisputed Boxing, they said that boxers wanted so much money for that, to even be in the game. So they paid what they could. They got the boxes they could. They got the technique, you know, the workings of the game that they did the best they could. Game wasn't that, you know what I mean? The game was fun to me before they came on the update, but people didn't like it. Now when Undisputed 2 come out, it's gonna be better. Like that electrician who left, and then he started his own joint. He had a small building, and now he's gonna have a big building eventually one day. It's the same thing. You got to start out small, and that's the same with this Dark Souls developer. Everybody talking about, this what they said? What's this developer do? Was he a janitor at Dark Souls? Bruh, come on, man. Yo, that game is looking nice. Claire Obscure looking nice. We got some nice games right now, but right now I'm beating the Kazan. Make sure to tune in, bro. I'm gonna probably be having live streams coming every day. We got more videos coming. I got a surprise coming for y'all a little later on tonight. Peace.